It's just walking away from having to do the serious contemplation about actually figuring out whether you can ever compensate for somebody born into a mental illness and spending 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 or 60 years absolutely tortured inside their mind. And if any of us could ever do anything to make that okay. So, we've used analogies, and Shapiro brought up this subject. I'd like to talk about anti-nihilism. Well, you've had plenty of opportunity for 6 years if you had some argument to make, and there's been plenty of arguments made. And then he just made the generic idiot statement where he says, it's a choice, a matter of choice, personal choice. It's an imposition, as they saying rape is a matter of personal choice. No, I can say it's not a matter of your personal choice. You don't get to choose to impose on something else. That's not your choice. That's where your choices are supposed to start ending, is when you start imposing on something else. Then your rights have to get limited when you start trespassing on other people's rights. And there's this idea presented to you that living things have a fundamental right not to be living things, not to be born. If you're going to force them to be born, if you're going to take the ones who wouldn't want to be and force them to be born, you have to have a justification. You have to come up with some explanation for why you have the right to do that, why you have a right to wake the dead, so to speak, the Frankenstein, and animate him, especially into this world, this particularly crappy world we live in right now. You have to justify that or defend that with where did you get the authority? Who granted you the right? I didn't do it, the sperm did it. He'll evade the question once you force him to deal with it. Just this idea that he threw this stupid, ignorant simplification on top of a subject that's very complex in the sense that it has lots of different levels of argument. You have the asymmetry argument, and then you have this fundamental imposition argument where you didn't get consent to do your experiment. The thing that will be affected by your choice isn't you primarily. It's the person who's going to exist. They're the thing that's going to live and die that you've imposed on. That's the imposition you have to justify. To call it a matter of choice is just to say something like rape is a matter of choice. I think he thinks eating meat is a matter of choice, that there's no ethical question saying, where did you get the right to capture it and torture it for your convenience? Not for some necessity, but for a convenience. Where's the rational justification besides might makes right?